What is up YouTube, BurningBijou108 here, bringing yet another top 10 video, and today I'm going to be listing down my top 10 jutsus in the Naruto franchise. To lay out some ground rules to be eligible for this list, the jutsu has to appear in Masashi Kishimoto's Naruto manga, so no filler jutsus will be making an appearance on this list. Now with that out of the way, let's jump right into the list. Okay, kicking off our list at number 10, we have the Shadow Binding Jutsu. This is the signature technique of the Nara clan, which is mostly known by being the main attack of the lazy but leader-like character Shikamaru. What makes the Shadow Binding Jutsu so great is its ability to be strategic and really deadly. With its many variations like the Shadow Strangle and Shadow Stitching technique, this jutsu, when used right, was able to take down a powerhouse and immortal like Hidan, and definitely deserves its place in my list. At number 9, we have the Ice Mirror technique, which was performed only by Haku in the first arc of the series. The Ice Mirror technique is very unique because it enables its users to move freely at the speed of an instant to mirror from mirror and release a barrage of deadly attacks quicker than the eye can see. In the right hands, this technique can be almost unstoppable with a defense that even fire can't melt. The only way it was ever stopped was by Naruto outspeeding Haku and punching him out of the Mirror Fortress, making this jutsu one of the most deadly. At number 8, we have Tsukiyomi. This is definitely one of the most visually pleasing jutsus, first and only used by Itachi. This jutsu puts the opponent in a horrible genjutsu where the user can freely control time and space, and a moment's time can suddenly feel like 3 days to the opponent. One of the most brutal and only been broken out of once by Sasuke is one of my favorites and hope made to come back in the Boruto anime series. At number 7, we have the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto's main jutsu other than his Rasengan, the Shadow Clone technique, is a very handy one, able to give Naruto support for almost any situation. It's able to distract the enemy. It has given Naruto victory countless times and has helped him with his training and also helped him perfect his Rasen Shuriken. Shadow Clone Jutsu is one attack that's variations are almost uncountable for their uses, and the reason is I put it at number 7. At number 6, we have the Almighty Push. Probably the one jutsu that made every Naruto fan's jaw drop. When Pain unleashed this attack on the village and completely decimated it, this jutsu became a fan favorite. After Naruto and Pain finally began their battle and we saw the jutsu used a few more times, we learned a lot more about it and its flaws, but the payoff was very satisfying, and just having that one scene solidify Pain as a great villain and his technique as a signature jutsu, I definitely had to put it on my top 10 list. At number 5, we have Amaterasu tied with space-time ninjutsu, also known as Kamui. Now this one is a tie. Amaterasu is a flame that doesn't burn out until its target turns into ash and is only able to be accessed by someone who has achieved his Mangekyo Sharingan. The space-time ninjutsu or Kamui is a jutsu that lets the user phase through any object and a Utopia hard foe to beat. But the only reason for his defeat is that Kakashi used his intelligence to catch that he and Toby both shared the same time-space dimension. Now I had a hard time choosing between the two, so I decided to put both jutsus on the list at number 5. At number 4, we have Deidara's Explosive Clay. Deidara, out of all the Akatsuki, probably has my favorite techniques, which I found very interesting and unique because it was so straightforward. He just uses bombs. One of my favorite jutsus in the series is surprisingly my number 4, which is his Chakra C3 Explosive, which he drops on the Sand Village in his fight with Gaara. This one doesn't need a long explanation because, like I said, it's just a bomb, nothing more, but makes the list just for its sheer shock factor of the moment. A close second call for this list would be the technique he used on Sasuke, inflating his clay clone up and using its visible explosives to try to kill Sasuke, which is really cool as well. But for some reason I put this one on the list instead. At number 3, we have Sasuke's teleportation jutsu. This jutsu enables Sasuke to use his Rinnegan to transfer himself with an object as long as it's in his eye's distance. This ability was very handy in his and Naruto's fight with Kaguya and his fight with Kinshiki at the beginning of the Boruto movie, and will probably play a big role in the coming arc of the Boruto anime as well. I decided to put Sasuke's Six Paths Power on the number 3 spot rather than Naruto's, just because I liked it more, and I think that Sasuke's ability was shown a lot more than Naruto's and what he could do in Six Paths mode, and yeah, I just found it more interesting, so that's the reason why it's number 3. Moving on to number 2, we have Rasengan and Chidori tying for the number 2 spot. The two signature jutsus of our two main characters are probably what a lot of people would have as their number 1 picks, and definitely are a pleasure to look at anytime they clash, and I love to see the different ways our heroes can use them in different situations. But there's one jutsu I cannot put these two at the number 1 spot, so let's just get to that. At my number 1 spot, we have Susanoo. Ever since I first saw this technique in the Sasuke vs Itachi fight, it has been my favorite. Since the ability to make a full body armor out of pure energy out of the eyes is such an out there idea that it amazes me how Kishi thought of it. What made Susanoo so great is its ability to change throughout the series, starting off as a skeleton to eventually looking like an ancient Japanese samurai. Susanoo is also able to use many attacks like Amaterasu arrows, Yada mirrors, and spirit weapons like the Otsuka blade and the spirit shield. Made Susanoo my absolute favorite jutsu in Naruto, and I can't think of any better choice. But people, that's going to be all for today's video. Comment below, let me know what's your favorite jutsus. You can list your top 10. You also remember to leave down ideas for videos you would like me to make for a top 10 video of Naruto. Until next time, people, God bless you. Have an awesome day. Until next time, people, be sure to subscribe for more Naruto content. If you have any ideas for a video you might like me to make, be sure to comment below and let me know. Until next time, people, God bless you. Have an awesome day.